quickly review kind of what asset-based lending is. And if you don't already know, I am AJ, right? We help clients learn how to obtain business funding. Generally speaking, whenever we work with clients, we like to break down the 3 C's: credit, cash flow, and collateral. Normally, we help clients access $250,000 or more in lines of credit or credit cards, and we even provide access to free credit repair in order to access those funding resources. And of course, we provide all that on our website, ajdoesfunding.com. You can sign up for the Business Accelerator program. We'll provide you all those resources for free. On top of that, we are also a loan broker. Working as a loan broker, we provide entrepreneurs and business owners access to term-based loans. Generally speaking, we work with different banks such as South End Capital. We take in an applicant, we apply, and we provide bank statements and tax returns in order to get approved. Well, the dilemma is that entrepreneurs and business owners, the majority of entrepreneurs that we work with, do not have a 700 or higher credit score. They also do not generate $10,000 or more per month in revenue shown in their business bank statements and tax returns. And they'll say, AJ, I'm looking to get access to funding. How should I be able to approach this? Well, there's 2 really options that are not dependent on your personal credit score or your cash flow. The first of which, of course, is probably to use the SBA. But there is a current, of course, really block right now within the federal government where the SBA does not want to guarantee loans. Well, the question arises, right, if you cannot get access to an SBA loan without a minimum credit score, time in business, or revenue per month, what available options are available to you? Well, something that we want you to understand that is that we can also approach asset-based lending. There's over 1,300 lenders on our platform that provide access to asset-based lending loans and really business funding for businesses. And I just pulled up Bank of America's website because I think they do an excellent job of communicating what asset-based lending is and what it is not. But as you can see on the screen, they say that you can understand asset-based lending by going to this website, and they kind of define it a little bit more in depth. Just know that ABL is used to unlock more financing with fewer restrictions. SBA has restrictions, asset-based lending typically do not. And they even elaborate right here as we were just kind of talking about the first 2 C's. Credit, which is normally based off of credit cards, and cash flow to get access to term-based loans. What if you have issues with your credit and your cash flow? Well, we should use collateral in order to get access to funding. That's something that we, of course, bring to the table. But with asset-based lending, we're using those assets as collateral in order to provide a second source of loan or payment and provide the guarantee on the funding resource. And as you can see, the ABL has a broad range of company assets, ranging from account receivables to real estate, brand names, and intellectual property. If you do not have assets, you probably cannot use asset-based lending. Our program, which I'll describe here in a second, using a fundable business, we provide account receivables to be used as collateral in order to get access to funding resources, just like Bank of America's asset-based lending. And as you can see, it's there to serve as collateral in order to unlock funding. And as you can see, they go a little bit more in depth on this, but really asset-based funding is different, right? It's different from any other traditional term loan because traditionally loans for businesses are based around your business cash flow. If you're lacking cash flow, maybe because it's a seasonal business, maybe you didn't have efficient marketing, maybe you didn't have efficient sales, maybe you didn't have efficient personnel. Asset-based lending is really a resource for asset-based rich businesses in order to get access to business funding. And as you can see, you can go a little bit more in depth on this. And they let you know kind of what are the benefits of this, and you can kind of read this over in your own time. But using asset-based lending provides you access to funding as a business where you typically cannot. Well, how can you get access to asset-based lending? What are kind of their underwriting requirements? Well, something that we want to pull up real quick is our website, shelfcorps.com, because we provide entrepreneurs a fundable business to get access to business funding, including SBA loans, asset-based lending, lines of credit, credit cards, equipment, real estate, you name it. And so I kind of want to quickly show you why we want to provide you as an entrepreneur a fundable business. And if you aren't aware, this is our conference room. We onboard clients every Tuesday and Thursday morning here at the office. And here's my office here, which was where we're hosting this video now. But why does an entrepreneur need a fundable business? Well, if you're looking to get access to funding of any magnitude on the business side, SBA loans, asset-based lending, we need to make sure that we have a strong business paydex score. This is what lenders are looking at in order to provide access to funding. If you're not familiar with what a paydex score is, it normally ranges from 0 to 100. An 80 plus is considered good. And of course, if you're looking to get, and you leave it there, you can of course get access to funding based off of that business paydex score. Just know this is showing financial reliability to different lenders, vendors, and even leasing companies. On top of that, we want to make sure that the business has the capacity to take on a large capital raise. What I mean by that, of course, is that the business needs to be fundable. We provide a fundable shelf corp, and that way we can get access to SBA loans, asset-based lending, other funding resources that you probably couldn't otherwise get access to unless you're already qualified. Just know that the fundable shelf corp provides several different key elements. If you want access to asset-based lending, SBA loans, you have to have a lender-compliant business plan because they're not asking for historical data, right? Cash flow is not a merit of approval. They're not asking for bank statements or tax returns. They simply want to know, what are you using the funding for? How do you intend to pay them back? And this is through your uses of funds and your financial projections. Our project managers, our funding coordinators create both of those for you in order to get access to that large capital raise. The next thing is if you want business funding, you have to have a commercial address. You cannot apply with a home address, a P.O. box, or even a virtual address. That's going to prevent you from getting access to a large capital raise. So we, of course, recommend to have a unique commercial address. Just like we're at our address right now, you need to be able to have a unique commercial address as well. That's something that we bring to the table for you. The next thing that you want to make sure that you have is if you want business funding, is a fundable business. We have another video that talks about the 27 mistakes that entrepreneurs unfortunately make when applying for funding and their decline. Just know that you want to have a compliant business entity. If your business is over 2 years old, they're going to be very skeptical, right? They want to see bank statements and tax returns. We provide a fundable business that's less than 2 years old, so we do not have to provide bank statements or tax returns in order to get access to funding. On top of that, we want to make sure that we have a compliant business entity because if you have a UCC lien, unfiled taxes, a high-risk industry code, or even a high-risk name, it's going to prevent you from getting access to a large capital raise. So we would recommend to you to probably use a compliant business entity in the form of the fundable shelf corp. The next thing that we, of course, are bringing to the table to provide that second source of loan or payment and even guarantee the funding resource is the collateral. We provide account receivables. We place those on the business's balance sheet, and that's something that we bring to the table through our program. And that's quite frankly what you're paying for. Just know that we also, of course, provide those financial statements. We do that through our program. We'll develop personal financial statements, etc. And creditworthiness, right? We provide access to free credit repair, to access lines of credit, credit cards, equipment, and of course, creditworthiness on the business side by using that business paydex score. Because if you're looking to get access to any of these funding resources, including SBA loans or asset-based lending, we need to have a fundable business, a loan package, or collateral. And you really have two options, right? If you're already fundable, please let us know. I mean, we can get under contract. We can help you with the capital raise. But most clients, 99% of clients that we talk to, do not have a fundable business. So we, of course, need to sign the contract listed on our website. As you can see, we have a couple different videos here, and you can watch these on your own time. Let us know if you want to get onboarded in person or at our office. Either one is a great opportunity. And then what we would next do after signing is paying for the program, right? That way we can put the shelf corp and the loan package and the collateral in your name. Just know that we used to charge about $10,000 for the service line. Very expensive. normally out of reach to the average entrepreneur, especially if you're trying to access 100,000 up to 10 million. You don't have the bandwidth out of pocket to buy a fundable business, loan package, or collateral. So we now have a grant that pays for 90% of the back end cost for you. Your obligation is a $1,000 refundable deposit. And if that's not in your budget, you're probably not in a good position to do a large capital raise. Just know that we do about one of these per week, so I can't provide an unlimited amount of fundable shelf corps or anyone off the street. But just know, right, $1,000, we can provide you the fundable business. It's your total out-of-pocket cost for our program here. And then just remember, we do plan to increase the price soon up to $2,500. But just know, right, it's going to take about a week to put the shelf corp, loan package, and collateral in your name, and then we can apply for funding. It takes about 5 minutes to apply. Normally, there's a matching process between the 1,300 different lenders. You can pick the best rate and term and fee. And then once ready, you apply for a loan, and they do offer same-day funding in most cases. So it's a very quick turnaround. But if you guys have any questions for me, please feel free to give me a call or text directly. Our phone number is listed on the website here. You can schedule a call with me using this floating button here. But just know, right, there are competitors in our space. Feel free to interview any of them. I do have some of them listed here. Just know that they charge $5,000 to $20,000 for comparable solution, and they normally do not provide the business plan, which allows us to show the underwriter what we're using the funding for, how we're going to pay them back. The commercial lease that's mandatory for getting access to business funding with SBA loans and asset-based lending. The financial statements, which we create for free, and the collateral that's providing the guarantee on the funding source for asset-based lending, even SBA loans. So if you need help, right, getting access to funding, I would probably schedule a call and see if we're a good fit. Just know that we are accredited through the Better Funding Bureau. And here's my phone number here. So if you guys have any questions, thoughts, or concerns, feel free to give me a call or text directly at my phone number, 469-940-5254.